Say something about helping people. You can't help anyone else want to help themselves.
True.
So this is another very key point. People try and come to me all the time and say, oh, I need help. No, they don't need help. They want to try and externalize all of the willpower because they have none of it themselves. They would go, oh, I lack motivation. If you want to quit, you quit, right?
Yeah.
You can't help people who don't want to help themselves. People say this kind of shit all the time, like with motivation. Oh, I don't have motivation to go to the gym. If you don't have motivation to go and be strong, then stay weak and fuck off. Like, what do you want me to do?
It's true.
Like, so, and you can, there's an age-old adage, you can drag a horse to water, but you can't throw it in drink.
Force it.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's 100% true. I really believe the universe is ultimately giving. I've never seen anybody or any experience in my life where somebody has dedicated their all and tried their very best to something and not had it. I've never seen somebody, maybe correct me, right? You'll know even better than me. I've never seen somebody who eats right, trains twice a day like an animal, never misses a gym session, diet on point, does everything they're supposed to do, and not be strong. I've never seen it.
I've never seen it.
So when you meet a guy, I just can't get in shape, because you're not trying.
Something's wrong.
Well, you are not trying.
Not eating right, something's wrong.
You're not trying.
Yeah.
And if you actually want it, you do it. So I don't buy any of this shit.
Gotcha.
Everyone goes, oh, I don't have motivation. If you don't have motivation to be better, then stay a loser.
That's what you want.
And what's very interesting about the world is that there are no winners without losers. I've put myself through absolute hell to be everything I've ever wanted to be. So if someone wants to come along and say, I'm not prepared to go through what you've been through, Andrew, but I still want all the benefits, my answer to that is no, fuck you. I deserve them and you don't. So no, don't. I don't give a shit. No. If you don't want to, then don't do it.
That's how it is, exactly.
He doesn't want to quit, so fuck it.
What would you do if you had to start over today?
It's a very good question. Do I start over as me or do I start over as Joe Schmo?
Joe Schmo.
I think we live in an attention economy. I think that that's going to continue to be the case up into the future. I think that things have now changed, and if you can manage to get attention, you could somehow monetize it. If I wasn't the kind of person who was good at garnering attention or didn't want to get attention, then I would find somebody who was good at getting attention and I would align myself with them. And then I would either find a way to increase their monetization. Obviously being useful to them is one thing, but in my experience, outside of course, me, everybody else who's good at getting attention is fucking lazy and they don't want to do anything else. So I would let them be the face, and I would be the blood and guts underneath. And that's how I make a bunch of money. And you'll often see in the best business relationships, there's the face of the business, but the true business behind it are a bunch of people you don't know. And it's the same with everything. So if I was Joe Schmo, I'd find somebody who was the face and got a lot of attention, and I'd sit down with them somehow and say, look, here's how you make this. This is what you should do. This is what you should do. This is what you should do. And they'd sit and go, yeah, maybe, but I'm busy. Good. I'm glad you're busy. This is my percent. Boom, 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 boom. And I'd make it all cool.
Just figure it out.
I think as a man, sexual experience is very important.
So how many bodies do you have now?
Okay. I think as a woman that the number one thing that men value in women is innocence. I think innocence is very, very attractive. And it's not just about sex. As a man, when you find a woman, if you were to build your ideal woman from the ground up, you want to be able to give her experiences to show her
she's never done. Exactly.
You want to show her things she's never done.
For sure.
In every row, not just sexually and everything else. You want to be the first person to take her first class, first person to put her in a 5-star hotel, first person to take her to a nice restaurant.
Private jet.
Yeah, you want to be the guy to show her the world.
Of course.
So, and that also includes sexually. So you like the idea of a woman with less experience, so you can show her things.
Of course.
A woman's like, I know all of it.
Yeah.
You're a bit like...
Yeah.
All of it?
Yeah.
Okay. But I think as a man, it's the opposite. And I also think that women like men. You know what's actually interesting? It's interesting. They asked, I don't know where I saw this. It was a long time ago, but I saw it was a survey. They were asking virgin women if they want a virgin man. And even a virgin woman says no.
Wow.
They don't want a virgin man.
Because they want to be dominated, right?
No, they want to be taught. They want to be taught.
You want a man to guide them through the process.
And the experience, part of being a man is experience.
Is experience. Exactly.
And that's why, even in very subtle ways, the reason women love scars on men, something has happened to him. It's experience, right?
Yeah.
So when I say it's not important, I take that back. As a man, sexual experience and sexual, the fact that you've been around the block to a degree is actually very important.
Yeah.
But also, I'm not going to say a number because a lot of dudes lie about the number, et cetera, but I had a webcam company and stuff. It's extensive.
Is there an estimate?
600.
Okay, not bad.
But I don't think that number is that important. And I also think the number of girls who's not just the sex is important. I think that you can learn a lot about women. It's not just sleep with them. You need to have a whole bunch of girls you've just slept with. You need to have relationships. You need to have that time you got your heart broken. You need to let that one chick who fucking did some shit, got away with some sly shit, so no other bitch can finesse you. And you get to a point in life, and truthfully, as a man, you hit your peak in your late 30s, mid-40s.
Wow. So you have...
That's when you're most attractive to women, when you're
30, 40.
Every man's had their heart broken.
Of course, I agree.
Every man's had their heart broken, but you have to...
You have to use it as a learning experience.
You have to learn it. You have to let it use it to fuel you. I've said this now. Any man who says he hasn't had their heart broken is lying.
Cat.
But there's two kinds of men. There's people who have their heart broken and let it destroy them, and there's the men who have their heart broken, can't sleep, so they're in the gym 3 times a day. That's it. If you walk into the gym right now and find the fucking guy's training hardest, he's probably lost his bitch.
Was right. Not wrong.
True or false?
There's a reason he's doing it.
Bro, I remember when I lost my bitch.
Motivation.
Motivation. You find the guy who's fucking going nuts. It's like, yeah, my girl left me. Bro, it's just
You're right. You're right. Because
it can make you great. But what's actually truly interesting is,
Great.
I think that, although I think women have this as well, women and men have this, I think that all life paths to a degree are semi-similar. Yeah, we end up in different positions. Some are successful than, and some aren't, and blah, blah, blah. But I think if you take the average man in the Western world, there's 1 or 2 or maybe 3 possible stories. We all start off as nothing. Most men are born with 0 value. You can be born with rich parents and be a little bit...
it doesn't matter.
Wild.
Yeah.
But you're born with basically no value. You fall in love with that bitch in school who wants the jock and not the older guy. And then you get your girl, she breaks your heart. And most men have had a pretty similar story. Me, you can name it all.
Of course.
But it's just how those events affect you and how you internalize them and how you use them to become who you are.
I would say most men go through similar obstacles and different types of life experiences.
I think we have similar building blocks and similar pieces of Lego, and how we put ourselves together is
what makes us us.
Completely, yeah. I don't think, although I think we're getting into a position that's worse than ever, I think throughout all of human history, every single man that's ever been alive has been living through a period in which he feels like the world is ending. I'm sure the people who were alive during World War II felt like the world was ending. You're sure about the people who were fighting off the Mongol hordes felt the world was ending. I'm sure that in the 1700s, when it became legal to not wear a suit when you go outside, they probably thought this is massively detrimental to society. The world is ending. We've always felt
like the world's ending.
Yeah, we always felt like the world was ending, and I think that basically the best thing you can do is procreate and try and create people who replicate yourself and your values to the best of your ability. So my end goal was to have 20 sons, who's my name. Think like me. That's my...
What if you have a daughter?
That's fantastic. Why would I not want a daughter?
Just curious. You said 20 sons.
Yes, but I would love to have daughters, absolutely. But it's my sons that are going to carry my name and carry my legacy. So obviously you need both. But that's the end goal. The
basic
goal is to
leave your mark of a bunch of Tate.
What else is it? Everything I say, all the things I just said, which they're going to attack me for and call me a misogynist for and say I'm hateful for, actually come from a place of love. Comes from a place of love, because I think that women are happier if they act in a certain way which is true to their national biological imperatives and true to God. I think that men treat women who act true to God better. I think that their relationships are better. I think the family is better. I think the children are raised better. I think society ends up better. I think as a whole, all of it, the whole world becomes a better place, and it's all based on love. I truly and utterly believe in love between a man and a woman, but I'm not going to love a girl who can't keep her legs closed. Women can be unconditionally loved by society as a whole. No matter how bad it is, a thing women do, if she's pretty, bro, a woman could go and kill 10 people, but if she was smoking hot and her mugshot came up, it'd be all over Twitter. Kill me anytime, babe.
And the replies.
They'd love her anyway. She's hot. That's it. Women can be unconditionally loved. Men are only loved for how useful we are. Second you stop being useful as a man, you'll see how cruel this world is. Nobody looks at you and goes, this man has a utility. This man is good for X. This man can solve this problem. Second you become a useless man, you'll see how cold and heartless this world is, because nobody gives a solitary fuck about men who can't fix problems.
True.
That's why we exist. So unconditional love does not exist for men. It never has been, no, it never will. Even your woman, to a degree, is going to love you. And I'm not saying her love isn't pure. I'm not saying her love isn't pure. But a woman's love is still based on your ability to fix her problems to a degree. If a woman comes to you and goes, I have this issue, we both can't fix it. If that happens over and over and over and over again, she will fall out of love with it.
Wow.
Someone else will fix it for her.
Someone else will fix it. So she'll love someone else. Whereas, I'll be honest, in my relationships, I don't go to women to solve my problems. I go to them to be happy. I want them to be happy. I want them to make me smile. I want them to give me affection. I want us to have fun together. I may want children. Yeah, but I don't go, oh shit, I have this big fucking problem at work and hey, can you help me? And never. I don't go to them to fix my right. I fix all my own shit. So it's completely different paradigm. We're loved in completely different ways, right? Men love women because we're idealistic in the idea of love. Females are actually very, very realistic with their love. They're not romantic. Men are far more romantic than women are. Women, I'll give you an example now, bro. You ask any man, you can ask a full-grown man about and you could say, listen, your ex-girlfriend just died. Even if you hadn't seen her for 15 years, you can be like, I loved her. You find a fucking chick and say your ex-boyfriend died, and he's a dickhead anyway. They don't care. They don't care.
It's true.
It's true, bro. Women can be heartless. People don't. and any G who's at the top of his game knows. Bro, there's been times even I have felt guilt. There's been times I've met a chick and and we end up together, whatever, and we're sleeping together, whatever, and she's around my house and she's like, hey, look, like laughing at her ex, just pouring his fucking heart out, bro.
It's crazy.
They're cunts. They can be.
Not all, but sometimes.
They can be.
They can be.
And I know men aren't perfect. I'm just saying there's a degree of heartlessness that women do possess. People pretend they don't, but they really do have it.